such an act as death by hanging. Let me assure you, a trial is not required. The evidence being altogether clear, I have the right to sentence you without trial. But I insist you have your fairness. It shall not be me who judges you. It shall not fool as that is. No, the judgment will be by those whom you have taken your equals, your shipmates. So it be, Miss Doyle, your child princess. Before this court, I, Andrew Jaggery, by my rightful authority as the sea master on this ship, we accuse Charlotte Doyle with the unnatural murder of Samuel Hollybrass, late of Portsmouth, England, first mate on the Sea Hawk. Miss Doyle, how do you plead?
Captain Jaggery?
How do you plead, Miss Doyle?
I did not do it.
So you plead innocent.
Yes.
Miss Doyle, do you desire to withdraw your claim of being a murderer of his crew? This to say, do you wish to hide behind your father's name and thus avoid judgment by these men? Miss Doyle, do you wish to be judged by these men or not?
I just heard.
Do you wish to charge someone else with the act of murder?
No.
But if this be understood, that the accused insists should be judged by this court and further charges no one else with this crime. Doyle, do you agree that someone has murdered Mr. Hollybrass?
Yes.
Someone on the Sea Hawk?
It has to be.
Exactly. Someone on the ship. At the moment, you are the only one accused.
You have to.
When given the opportunity, Miss Doyle, you have accused no one else. Is there any man here who is willing to defend this prisoner? No one? Very well. Miss Doyle, you have to defend yourself. Miss Doyle, it is not my right, my responsibility as master of the ship to determine who used the knife and for what reason.
Yes, but
Have I asked anything for but the truth?
no.
A murder was committed by someone on this ship, not to open that. This is not to question, but have you much as hinted it was anyone else?
No. But
Miss Doyle, although none of these men wishes to defend you, you have all sworn to speak the truth and nothing but it. Can you ask for anything more than that? Very well. We shall begin. We have agreed that Mr. Hollybrass was murdered. Is there anyone else here believes he was killed by other than this weapon? Let us now determine its ownership. Miss Doyle, do you recognize this knife?
Captain Jaggery, I left it.
Miss Doyle, do you recognize this knife?
Captain Jaggery.
Was this the blade that killed Mr. Hollybrass?
Yes.
Very well then. I shall ask once more. Do you recognize this knife? Tell us about it.
Zachariah gave it to me.
Mr. Zachariah?
Yes. And I showed it to you a few days into the voyage.
But when you showed it to me, and I asked who gave it to you, what did you say?
I said nothing.
You told me that a certain Mr. Grummage of Liverpool gave it to you. Am I correct?
Captain Jaggery?
Answer the question, yes or no.
Yes.
Are you saying that you lied to me?
Yes.
Whatever your excuses, Miss Doyle, you admit you lied to me.
Yes.
And you said I should keep the knife. Indeed. I told you should keep the knife, but only for your safety if you felt like it was okay.
Yes.
Did any of you see this girl with this knife at any time? Come on now, gentlemen. This is a court of law, and all of you are required to speak the truth. You swore upon the Bible to do so. I'll ask again, did any of you see this girl with this knife? Mr. Dillingham, do you have something to say? Step forward, sir. What do you have to say?
I saw her with a knife.
When?
Shortly after we set sail.
Thank you. Mr. Dillingham, I applaud your forthrightness. Now then, does anyone else see her tonight? Mr. Ewing? I wish that I could say, did anyone not see her with the knife? State now how unnatural it was for a girl to carry a knife.
You have no reason to say unnatural. You even gave me one.
Did I?
Yes, during the storm.
Why did I?
Cut away the rigging.
To be sure, that was an emergency. But what reason did you have a knife when there was no emergency?
To defend myself.
Defend yourself? Against whom? Against what? Against what? Did any one of these men threaten you?
No, not them.
Who then? Come on, speak up.
You.
How so?
You struck me.
Miss Doyle, I do strike members of the crew. It is a common enough practice. Have any of you ever known a captain who was not to strike a crew member? Come on now, speak up if you have. Yes. Put your hands upon me with a knife. Is that what you're suggesting, Miss Doyle? That members of the crew have the right to assault their captain with a weapon? Besides, you have a knife on the first day of the voyage. Do you think I would strike you then?
No, I believed you were a gentleman.
So, Miss Doyle, you had the knife before you met me, did you not?
Yes.
The knife then is clearly yours. And you were seen with it. And you admit to all of this. Have anyone of you seen the knife in her hand other than during the first few days of this voyage? Step forward. Wow. Oh, Mr. Grimes, do you have something to say? Mr. Grimes, I ask you, did you ever hear of another girl who would desire to learn to use of a knife?
No.
Do you not think it's unnatural?
Yes.
Agree or disagree?
Agree.
Unnatural again. Mr. Hollybrass was murdered during the hurricane. Did anyone see this girl on deck during the storm? Anyone? Mr. Barlow, I think I heard you say yes. What was Miss Doyle doing?
She was with the what? Crew. She was with the crew.
Mr. Barlow, you're not young. In all your years, have you ever seen heard of a girl who took up crew's work?
No.
So is this not unusual?
Yes, it is.
So is it unnatural?
Yes.
Do you have anything to say, Miss Doyle? Miss Doyle, do you have an objection? Do you think this is fair?
No.
So it's unnatural. Miss Doyle, let me put the question on you. Have you ever heard of a girl joining in a crew?
No.
So even you admit to that.
Yes.
Is there anyone else here who has ever heard of a girl doing what this Miss Doyle has done? So what we have here is a girl who admits she owns a weapon that murdered Mr. Hollygrass, a girl who lied about where she got it, a girl who was taught to use a blade and learned to use it, and Mr. Grimes would have said it is uncommon. Well, a girl who would all agree is unnatural in every way she acts. Gentlemen, do we not, as natural men, we need to take heed? Is this not our duty, our obligation to protect the natural order of the world? What, Miss Doyle, Mr. Zachariah was a friend of yours.
The best of friends.
What happened to him?
He was flogged.
And I asked you a question, Miss Doyle. What happened to Mr. Zachariah?
He died. Flogged to death.
Who flogged him?
You did, unmercifully.
Anyone else?
Mr. Holygrass.
Mr. Hollybrass. Why was Mr. Zachariah being flogged?
There was no reason.
No reason? Did he not take part in immunity?
He had every right to.
A right to immunity?
Yes.
You yourself, Miss Doyle, in great fear. As I remember, you informed me that the immunity was about to occur. Mr. Zachariah was one of the participants. Yet you think this was unfair to flog him?
You wanted to kill him.
So you're angry at me.
Deservedly so.
And at Mr. Hollybrass?
Yes.
Mr. Zachariah was a particular friend of yours. Was he not, Miss Doyle?
Yes.
A black man.
He was my friend.
So you resented his being given the punishment he deserved?
It was not deserved.
Is murder an unnatural act, Miss Doyle?
Yes.
Miss Doyle, do you wish to say anything? Does anybody wish to say anything on this girl's behalf? Very well, I must declare a verdict. As the master of the Seahawk, it is my judgment that this unnatural girl, this Charlotte Doyle, is guilty of the crime of murdering Samuel Hollybrass. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak against this verdict? Miss Doyle, have you anything to say on your behalf now?
I didn't do it.
Miss Doyle, facts have spoken otherwise. I wish to inform you that your penalty for such a crime is to be hanged by the neck from the yard arm. With 24 hours, you shall be hanged until you are dead. Trial dismissed.